I'm Claire from Created the Ottaway. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up! In the UK. Thank you for joining me. Today's craft along video is slightly different in that we're going to be baking. I know, don't switch the video off. It's super easy and it will involve some paper crafting as well. So I do in-person workshops, just started back doing them, which I'm really happy about. And I always like to do a little cake or a big cake or some biscuits. And my biscuits have become very popular. There's many versions of them and I just thought it would be good to share it with you because literally they make under 10 minutes to do. And they always go down really well. And they're perfect even if you want to gift them. So we're going to make a gift box to give them as well, because quite often I do that. So for the biscuits, you will need these ingredients. Nothing technical, no stressful stuff that you need, stuff you would normally have in your cupboard. So some butter, some sugar, some self-raising flour, and then some other ingredient. So if you've got some chocolate, that will do. If you haven't got chocolate, you've got some nuts or some raisins, that will do. If you haven't got that, a lemon will do. You can add some lemon icing and some lemon rind to the biscuits. If you've just got your secret stash of treats in your craft room, a bit like me, just go and grab some of those. But you need about 100 grams of something, just to add a bit of flavour to your biscuits. We also then, we're being a little bit naughty, we're going to use some celebration paper. So just one sheet of 12 by 12, but we are going to use something that Stampin' Up! Hasn't done for a while. An envelope punch board. This is a much loved piece of equipment by me and some of my ladies, and I really wish that they still did it. So if you've got one of those, go and grab that, and we're going to make the simplest box in the world to put our biscuits in. So let's get baking. So you need a bowl. Into your bowl, hopefully you can see what's going in. We are going to put our sugar, 75 grams of sugar, just straight in, and our butter, which is a little bit soft but not too soft, 120 grams. And literally we are just going to blend that together. Now you don't want a really soggy mess, so you don't want really soft butter. This actually has come from the fridge, but it's fairly soft anyway. You don't want a liquid mess. You want your biscuits to stay quite firm and crumbly, and I will show you how I do that. So there's just a little bit of background noise while I stir in these. The reason I make these is because you can make them just before your workshop starts, and as people arrive and come through the door, the smell is just amazing. And quite a few of my ladies are on healthy eating and trying to be super good, so eating one biscuit doesn't seem as bad as a piece of cake. So that's it. I'm not even going to really mix it more than that. That's it. Into that, I am going to put 180 grams of self-raising flour. Okay, so that goes in as well. And the chocolate. Where have I put the chocolate? So let's move that out of the way. So I've just got a bar of chocolate like that. I've just broken it up just in the packet. Just break it up as much as you can. And then that just gets put in at the same time. So you get all different sizes of pieces. As long as you haven't got anything too big, you should be fine. So bits like that, I'm just going to break that in half again. But most of it is fairly okay size-wise. So that's that. Now you need to mix this in, but again, you don't want to stir it too much. So what I tend to do is just sort of cut across. Now, I'm sure for you bakers out there, there's a technical term for this, but basically I'm just turning the bowl and then cutting across and just mixing without mixing. Does that make sense? Hopefully, with the powers of your imagination, you will be able to smell these when they come out the oven. So I've put milk chocolate in this today. I'm just stirring it, but then turning and just keeping it crumbly. Can you see it's not sticking together at all? It's just all crumbs. But any big lumps of flour, I'm just cutting through to make it more crumbly. And I just keep doing that until I'm sure that it's all mixed. There's no big lumps of flour. So let's have a look. Let's turn it over a bit. No, there's no flour on its own. It's all crumbs. So it literally is like crumbs. So you need some baking parchment. I've got 2 pieces here because I know that I usually get about 12 biscuits out of it. And I'm just going to make them into balls. So again, do it with your fingers. I'm just going to take my rings off because it gets a bit gooey under my rings and I don't like it. I've decided I'm not a messy crafter. I like simple lines, that sort of thing. I don't like getting too inky, which is really hard to do when you're playing. And I'm the same with baking. So just put your hand, you've got your spoonful of stuff, and use the heat of your hand to shape the ball, okay? Now, I'd say golf size, depending on how many biscuits you want to make. You can make them smaller and make them more bite-sized, but roughly golf size. So there's one. I'm not squashing it, I'm just gently pressing it using the heat of my hand. And we're going to keep doing that until we get them made. So you'll have all lumpy bits on it, don't worry. Just making them, I'll just make 1 tray full and then. So it's sort of however much fits in your hand is your guide, and then just press it round like that, okay? So it's 3, just keep going. So I've made these with milk chocolate today. I've made them with white chocolate. I've made them with almond and raspberries. With that I do 50 grams and 50 grams. I've made them with toffees, just chopped the toffees up because that was all I had at the time. I've made them with blueberries. I've made them white chocolate blueberries. That was really lovely. What else? Smarties. Very partial to Smarties. I don't know if you have them in the US or Canada. Hopefully you do. They're like little, they look a bit like tablets. They're all coloured. Smarties are lovely. What else could you use? Any confectionery like that. I'm just trying to make sure it's not all chocolate, that there is some crummy bits. Okay, so there's that. So we've got 6 so far, and it's about half of the mixture is gone. So just keep doing that, shaping it. Can you see it all? As it heats up, it starts really sticking to you, but not in a bad way. It's still crumbs, so you can get it off quite easily. 7, nearly there. Now they don't really rise in the oven. They rise a little. I'm not going to say you can put them right next to each other because it's best to space them out, but they don't raise up a lot. You could, of course, make really big cookies and just make 6. But like I say, I like to make them just just slightly bigger than bite size, and then no one feels too bad that they've had one rather than not having one at all. And they are pretty irresistible. So, is that another one? Yeah, let's see, could we get any more out of these? I think we might get one or two more. So as it gets towards the bottom, you can just pick up all of the crumbs with your hand, like that. That's going to be a big one, so I might break that into two, because that's too big, isn't it? And you want them fairly even so they all cook at the same time. And then there's just this one. Let's get that out of the way. Move that bowl. So if I get one piece of this, so I've got two pieces, so I can straight away spread out onto the other. So let's move some off. Okay, so two there, one there, two there, one there, and I think that's probably it. I'm going to put 6 on one piece. I'm just going to rinse my hands so I can work with it. And then you need a fork, and you're gently pressing down, not too hard, just press gently. And if you pull the fork back towards you, it just leaves that really nice indent. Now you're not flattening them because you want them fluffy or crumbly. You're just pressing them so they're all about the same thickness. Oh, my mouth's watering already, waiting to eat these. So that's that. So they are going to go in the oven on electric 190, and I am just going to do it for 7 minutes. So off they go to the oven. Alexa, set a timer for 7 minutes.
7 minutes, starting now.
Good old Alexa. So I'm just going to do those other ones while we're here, so that I can put them straight in the oven when the others come out. So there's that. Space them out again. Oh, sneezing. Okay, so that is my other ones. So I'll just take them out the way. What do I need? Take those away. And then we can get on with making our lovely gift box. Okay. Right. So, 12 by 12 piece of paper. What can you do with a 12 by 12 piece of paper? Okay, we are going to make a gift box, especially for our biscuits to go in. And they're going to come out of the oven. We're going to put them in our gift box, place them on the table. People arrive. Perfect. So if you've got an envelope punch board, it's to make envelopes. But it is the best and quickest box maker there is. So 12 by 12 piece of paper, we are looking at the 4-inch line here. Okay, so we are going to put our paper up to 4 inches there, so it's lined. We're going to press it down and we are going to score. Obviously your paper is bigger than your punch board, so just go as far as you can. So on mine, I've only been able to go to there. Turn it to the next side, do 4 inches again, punch and score. Turn it again, 4 inches, punch and score. So this is the Daffodil Afternoon paper from Celebrations. Isn't it beautiful? At first, when I saw it in the catalogue, I was a bit, oh, that's quite dark and grungy looking. but not at all. Lots of lovely colours in there and real lovely makes that I've seen from other demonstrators. So on this 12 by 12, on every side we've punched and scored at 4 inches, so it's left these little indents. Now we're going to turn it over, and on the other side we're going to do exactly the same again. So we're going to do 4 inches, punch and score, and your lines should meet up. So do you remember I said only go as far as you can? The lines automatically meet up. So on that side now there's 2 punch marks. So do that again on all of the other sides. Okay. Do it on the 3rd side. And then on the 4th side. Okay, so you've got two little dents on each side, and you can see lots of score lines. Now on each corner there's like a pointed bit that will be the top of your box. So what you need to do is help that by having a fold across, or a score line across there, so you can fold it. Now what I tend to do, I don't know if you can see, let me move it up a bit. I go by this piece here. So I make sure that that is in line there, which automatically lines up the other end, and that just makes a nice lid piece. Again, go round and do that on all 4 sides. Okay, and the last one. And we're nearly there. Okay, lots of score lines. It's probably best to show you on that side. So I'm going to move that out of the way. Thank you to the envelope maker. I need a pair of scissors and I need some glue. Now, you could not cut at all and just fold your sides in, but I like to cut so that it's a bit of a stronger box. Okay. So you're just going to go round and just burnish all your score lines, all of them. Okay, so that's that. And the reason I use Alexa as a timer, probably like many of you, is that I forget. I forget that I've put stuff in the oven because I get into my crafting and then it's like, oh dear, dinner's burnt again. So, and we definitely don't want burnt biscuits. Okay, so I've burnished all my score lines. Now I'm going to cut down. So where there's like a rectangle shape here, and we're going to cut down the side there. I'll move that back so you can see. So I cut that piece there, but then I cut a little sliver out. Now I've used really big scissors for this because it helps me see where I'm cutting. But if I show you that, so it's almost like a triangle, it's just come out of there. Okay, so I'm going to do that on every side. So I've done it there, so I'm going to turn the paper and now I'm going to do it on here. Just bend that bit back because I find it easier to see where I'm cutting. So that will go on there. And that's just so you get a nice squarer box. Go around to this side. Do it there. Oh, I wish we had smelly vision. You could smell those cookies. Oh, I don't think they're going to last for when my hubby comes home later. But you never know. I didn't count how many we made. Was there 6 in the oven? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 12, so we did make 12. I knew roughly it was about 12, so it's usually enough for 2 workshops. Oh! Alexa, stop the timer. Okay, so I'm just going to get them out. Now They're white, but not quite brown, so I'm going to put them on for another minute. Alexa, set a timer for 1 minute. Because you don't want burnt cookies, but you don't want uncooked cookies. So that gives me time to finish the box. So we're just going to put the tab round. And we're going to put some glue on this tab. And bring this up to here to make our box. Okay, so this is a bit tricky to see on camera, but what I'm trying to do is make sure that the edge there meets. Okay, so you end up with like that. And do the same here. Put some glue on the floury bit, because that's your tablet that's going to be on the inside. Bring it up to meet the corner, like that. And when you're happy with that corner, press down on the inside. Alexa, stop the timer. Minutes. Okay, so we've got 2 sides. Good old Alexa. She's such a help around the house. If only she cleaned. Okay, there's that one. And the last one. Oh, let's put some glue on here so we can do it in one go. So that will go with there. Like so, and this one comes up here. So you can already see we've got a lovely box. Okay, so there's our box. Basically, that's the box made. You can just fold in the lid like this and put a belly band around. So oh, get rid of those. You can put a belly band round. You could put some ribbon round to keep it together. Now, if I'm just using this for a workshop, just to put my biscuits out on the table, what I tend to do is just push that back, both sides, and just put in a little embellishment here, like a little flower or something, and just have that on the table like that with the biscuits inside. If I'm going to take it to somebody as a gift, depending on how thick the designer series paper is, I might put another square of paper in there just to stop that wobbly bit. It just strengthens the box. And more often than not, I do put a belly band around, just because tying a bow is not the easiest thing. And it just finishes it off. So there's our box. Let me bring the biscuits in so we can see them. And there's our biscuits. So you can see they've risen up a tiny little bit, just puffed up a bit. I don't know if you can see, but they look absolutely delicious. They smell absolutely delicious. And there we go. A gift box and some cookies. Perfect workshop makes. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this slightly different tutorial today. I hope you give the biscuits a go. If you like what you've seen, subscribe to my channel. I don't do a blog because I just couldn't be consistent. And there's nothing worse than starting to follow somebody and they're not posting very regularly and you get a bit fed up with them. So I decided not to do a blog, but I'm really happy to talk craft. So any of you that give it a go and you want to send me some photos, it's createtheottaway@gmail.com, and I look forward to hearing you. Thanks for watching. Bye.